children and them, they can't talk. Brothers and sisters, they're afraid victimization. They're afraid that if they open their mouth and say you're doing wrong, that they're going to lose their job in the morning. Or they're going to set up with children. So, how? How is it even possible, brothers and sisters, that we will accept a situation where we had to shut up in our own country? We can't tell the authorities that you're doing wrong? And all of us paying taxes? What happened to us as a people, brothers and sisters? That had to stop. The economic terrorism that the NNP has wrought against the people of Grenada, Carriacou, Petit-Martinique has to stop. And it will stop on June 23rd. Yeah! When all of us, brothers and sisters, when all of us go to the polls and we vote them out. We got to vote them out. This is not us. This thing that we have become about taking with death like sheep. All you know Grenadians is sheep. Grenadians don't have no history of being sheep, brothers and sisters. But they have put us in a situation where now you had to be watching every dollar. Because they could take it away. They could take a livelihood away from you at the stroke of a pen. Why? Why have we accepted that? We're not accepting that no more. We're not taking that no more. Brothers and sisters, put your hands together for our candidate for Carriacou and the political leader of the National Democratic Congress. Yes! Yes!
What do people want? Betterment. What do people need? Betterment. We're looking for change. We're in need of change. What do people want? Betterment. What do people need? Betterment. We're looking for change. We're in need of change. I really find this time now we could make a difference.
All right.
We own money, we own the local government. I really find this time now we could make a difference. We need we own money, we own freedom local government.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. DJ. Well, look, they're here and we're not sticking. We're moving right into the program. So, brothers and sisters, we have said the prayers. We're moving right into the speakers. Did we do the anthem? All right, let's get together and sing the national anthem. Hail, Grenada, land of us, we pledge ourselves to thee. Heads, hearts, and hands in unity to reach our destiny. Ever conscious of the God, being proud of our heritage, may we with faith and courage aspire, build, advance as one people, one family. God bless our nation. How all you could sing so? Yes. Now we're ready for them. Now we're ready for them. So we're moving right into the first speaker. Brothers and sisters, as stalwart of the National Democratic Congress, a famous son of Carriacou, an educator, let's put our hands together for Brother Henry Steele.
I say we tired, oh Lord, we tired. We want to change, we tired. I say we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we can't take it again. I'm on we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we can't take it again. So we moving forward, forward, forward. Country, forward, forward, forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Brother Dickon Mitchell, our own candidate for Carriacou Petit-Martinique, Brother Tevin Andrews, other members of the platform, sisters and brothers, Lauriston people, this is your boy here. Look my house right up the road there. So I didn't take bus to come here today. I walked down. All right. Sisters and brothers, how are we moving? How are we moving? Okay. Sisters and brothers, I want to take you shopping tonight. But you have to be a smart shopper. You have to be a smart shopper if you want to shop with me tonight. Now, you know, when you go shopping, a smart shopper will look for three things on the product. One, the expiry date. Two, the ingredients that make up the product. And the third one is the cost, the price you got to pay. Right, so those three things. Well, we are going shopping politically tonight. Sisters and brothers, there are two products on the market. And we have to decide which product we're going to buy. The first product, when we look at the expiry date or the date of manufacturing, we see that product was manufactured since in 1984. There is a product that is on the market since 1984. We in 2022. And that product is still asking for one for the road. Will you buy that product? Okay, expiry date gone long time. So we can't buy that product. If you are a smart shopper, you cannot afford to buy that product. You go get poison. Secondly, the ingredients. What do we see from that product? Lies, vulgarity, tomfoolery, and so on and so on. Bad deals. Sisters and brothers, we cannot afford to buy that product. The ingredients are not what we need. We don't need those ingredients. As a matter of fact, if you go shopping for certain foods, people who are smart shoppers, they look for something on the label called the MSG. You know that term? Right, a lot of people don't buy products that contains MSG. Well, politically, that product has MSG. And you know what that means? Mismanaging sweet Grenada. MSG. That product has MSG. Mismanaging sweet Grenada. Well, don't talk about the cost. Don't talk about the cost. Or you ever hear about chicken farm? Huh? Or you ever hear about the chicken farm? It costs us plenty money and we ain't see a feather yet. Shrimp farm? It costs us plenty money and we ain't see a shrimp tail yet. What about call center? What about cell phone gate? Plenty money gone down the drain. It costs us a lot and we have nothing to show. Will you buy that product? Will you buy that product? Sisters and brothers, there is a new product on the market. There is a new product on the market. And that product is spreading throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique like wildfire. People cannot get enough of the product. Sisters and brothers, I will give you the ingredients for that new product. Now, when I call out the ingredients, I want you to note the first letter of every ingredient I call out. The first ingredient, sisters and brothers, is dedicated. That product is dedicated. Right? Second ingredient, that product is intelligent. Third ingredient, that product is charismatic. You taking note of the letters? Good. Fourth one, that product is knowledgeable. And the next one, that product is open-minded. And the final one, that product is a noble person. What did that spell? What is the name of the product? What is the name of the product? Is that the product you want? Yeah. Is that the product you're going to buy? All right, then you are wise shoppers. I see that you are wise shoppers. But let me tell you, not because you are a wise shopper and your neighbor is not, and you go buy the product, your neighbor go jealous, you know. So make sure you tell your neighbors about the product. Right? Make sure you tell your neighbors about the product. Sisters and brothers, we have a branch of the company that manufactures the product in Carriacou. Now there are two products in Carriacou on the market looking for sale. Well, I will not say much about the other product. The only thing I would say is that that product came in with a wrong label, because that was not what the people wanted. That was not what the people wanted. The people wanted another product. But they put a wrong label on it. They say, if we put a Nimrod label on it, the product will sell. So they put a Nimrod label on the product. And the product sold. Well, the product sold last time around. But people get to know that was a wrong label. And so they're changing their minds. They don't want the product anymore. But sisters and brothers, we have another product. That product was made in Belmont, Carriacou. Yeah! That product was made in Belmont, Carriacou. And again, I'm going to give you the ingredients of that product. Note the first letters again. That product is tenacious. When you go home, Google it and see what that means. So that product is tenacious. That product is eloquent. That product is vigorous. That product is irresistible. And that product is natural. And everybody looking for natural products these days, huh? Everybody looking for something that is natural. What does that product say? Say it loud. Louder. Louder. All right. Do you want to buy that product? Yeah. Of course. You are a smart shopper. You are a smart shopper. So sisters and brothers, we don't need money to buy the two products that you say you want. You know what you need? You know what you need? All you need is an X. We're not taking money. All you need is an X. So you're going to buy those products with an X. Right? So, the brand of that product is called the National Democratic Congress. That's the brand. That's the brand. And the trademark of that product is the heart. So sisters and brothers, when you vote for the National Democratic Congress, when you vote for Tevin Andrews, you are voting to move Grenada. Move Grenada. Move Grenada. Thank you very much, sisters and brothers.
We want to change, we tired.
Yes.
I said we tired, we tired, we tired, we tired, we can't take it again. Come on, we tired, we tired, we tired, we tired, we can't take it again. So we moving forward, forward, forward.
Yes, Mr. DJ. I had to take my hat off to that presentation. That was a brilliant presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, brother. And here now, we go sell that product all over Grenada, Carriacou, and that product will sell over Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, brothers and sisters. Yes. And as I'm saying that, all you have to start listening to 90.1 FM. 90.1 FM. We have a program begins 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning. It's usually hosted by myself and Vincent Roberts. I do the first hour, Vincent does the second hour, and we usually bring back excerpts of these meetings so that people could hear them again. Because you know we have excitement and things so in the night, but in the morning when you wake up and things so, you could listen clearly to what is being said. 90.1 FM. And then we have another program from 4 to 6 in the evening, drive time, and then from 7 to 9 in the night, yes? So you all start paying attention to 90.1 FM. We call it Heartbeat Radio on 90.1 FM. The voice of the National Democratic Congress. How that sound? I said 90.1 FM. Yeah! Heartbeat Radio. The voice of the National Democratic Congress. Yes, sir. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. And brothers and sisters, we bring in a gentleman to speak to you this evening. A gentleman, a son of the soil. He went away, he leave and he come back home. He come back to stay. And he could see way. And everybody could see their way. And he didn't just go and come back, you know. When he come back, he brought a mermaid. You understand? He came back with a mermaid. And you know what he gave the mermaid to eat? Callaloo. All you working with me? Put your hands together. And let's bring to the microphone Brother Leo Joseph.
I assure you, Grenada, get involved in our collective, civic, public, national life so that we can all bring change, so that we can move Grenada forward.
Before I address the distinguished members behind me, let me say good night to Makone. Let me say good night to Shapokawe. Let me say good night to Lower Saint-Pierre. Let me say good night to Lakaosi. Let me say good night to Paradise. I ain't saying that because I should enough, I'm saying that because I know where they. Son of the soil. I think I should speak tonight how you could put an elder to follow an educator. Not fair. So good night to my distinguished party leader, my even more distinguished candidate for Carriacou Diplomatic Affairs, and the other members here behind me. Tonight, listen to me carefully. Listen to what I'm saying, eh? And don't ever mistake me for the Prime Minister. But I'll start off by saying, NNPIs! All right, okay, it's fine, because tonight I'm not here to preach to the choir. I'm looking for lost souls. So that is why I'm calling on the NNPites to be here with us tonight. I know who I have, I know where we are. I'm looking for the others, the lost souls, those who have not yet found their way. Because I never thought in my wildest dream that Carriacouans would become such self-haters, so as to keep electing these people who mean you no good time and time again. And as the earlier speaker said, have us in what they call in a tight spot. You're afraid to speak in your own Carriacou? You're crazy? Somebody said today, Leo, already minister go, she calling your name. What she have with you? So I politely said, well, the poor lady is in love with me. And some intelligent older person call and say, well, it's only natural for little girls to have a crush on the teachers, especially when it's an elder. So I'm watching that, I'm taking that. We know that we have a ship in Carriacou. Not only you have a captain here, a rudder here, you have engine. So what was left to us here in Carriacou, who was asked to lead us here in Carriacou, cannot do the job, so the job was subcontracted to somebody else. So here in Carriacou, we have a minister for Carriacou and Diplomatic Affairs, which I always refer to the Minister for NNP Affairs, and then we have a master for Carriacou Affairs, the de facto minister. We know that. We want to be able to take ourselves out from this chain. This chain, these people who would do nothing for us more than they want first, they want second, they want third, and they're arguing for fourth. Now, to achieve this, ladies and gentlemen, the latest action that is taking place, and I want you to be mindful of it, the bribe is in full force again. The same poor strategy that they use time after time after time. Well, let me tell you what and the person tell me I call it him yet. But would you believe registration is still going on? Registration is still going on. These people want to win this election by any means necessary. And it behooves us who are tired and fed up to be vigilant, to go out, not only go out and vote, but look around you. And if you see something, say something. We want to be on top of every situation. It is the responsibility of each and every one of us to not only vote, but make sure your neighbors vote. Make sure your friends vote. Make sure we cannot take anything for granted. Otherwise, we'll be in the same khaki pants come the 24th. And that is happening. Because on the 24th, if a Prime Minister to be think he's the only one who could dress up in jacket and tie, I want to dress up in jacket and tie too. To walk in Tongue Street because I have a hell of a celebration to take place. People, those of you who've been given toilets and who only have one can of water, they say still take it. Those of you who've been given cash, still take it. Those of you who've been given plywood and black tank, still take it. Because after all, you know why? It's yours. They're frying you with your own grease. So this bait they're trying to catch you with is already yours. Take it, is mine. Take it. But make sure, when that time comes, when that day comes, you go out and do what is required of you. And ladies and gentlemen, Karoko and Zal, you have a golden opportunity. You have a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You have a leader from whom we could expect no more. I call him the man who is, he looks like a chihuahua, but he bites like a pit bull. He doesn't hit fast, but he could come to a punch. And with him at the helm, and with a stalwart as our own good, strong, and able Tevin Andrew, when you team them up together, that is fire and brimstone. We want to go there on the 23rd and take back Pity Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada in full force and in full form. So tonight is not for me. We have a good leader here and people who could say much better things than I can. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, where are we going on the 23rd? The 23rd, we're going forward, we're going to vote. And who are we voting for? Who are we voting for? Remember where the X belongs. By the heart. Don't say like Mr. Steele said, somebody say one time they vexed with the house, with the house so they cross it off. Don't do that. Put your X by the heart. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for this time and we'll keep on pushing. Have a good night.
I assure you, Grenada, get involved in our collective civic
Thank you, Brother Leo.
life so that we can all bring change, so that we can move Grenada forward.
Thank you, Mr. DJ. Mr. Leo, somebody on the live say, but Mr. Leo ain't getting old. You're telling me about all you? Yes, brothers and sisters, we're not sticking, you know. No, we're moving right on. Yes. So all you put all your hands together. For the T, the E, the V, the I, and the Tevin!
Tevin. Ha. Yo, Tevin. Tell them say you come out to win. Them you know. Yo, Tevin. Woo. When Tevin go show, King John get shallow. Anytime Tevin go show, King John must follow. When Tevin go show, King John get shallow. Anytime Tevin them go show, King John must follow now. See Tevin election morning, he come out to win. King John no one nothing.
All right. Lauriston, are you looking good? Are you looking good tonight? Political leader of the National Democratic Congress and the next Prime Minister of this beloved country, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell. Brother Leo Joseph, the man get popular. Every day this woman go on platform, she calling the man name. I know why she obsessed with the man so. But we go find out very soon. Brother Henry Steele, Brother Frankie Mitchell, Brother Baker, Sister Eileen Lang, President of our Women's Arm, the Chairman of the Carriacou Pity Matney Constituency Branch, Sister Gloria Charles, and all other members of the campaign team here in Carriacou and Pity Matnick. Good night. How are we doing tonight, sisters and brothers? We have been on the campaign trail, and today in particular has been a very long and fruitful day. Walking the lengths and breadth of Carriacou and Pity Matnick, sisters and brothers, I am confident that come the 23rd of June, the people of Carriacou and Pity Matnick will make the right choice. Yeah. They will be voting overwhelmingly for the National Democratic Congress. Yeah. Because you, the people, understand the need for change is now, it is here, and you must grab it. You have been suffering for far too long, sisters and brothers of Lauriston, sisters and brothers of Carriacou and Pity Matnick. And decision day is upon us, and you must make that decision. Young people in particular, I want to speak to you. We as young people, sisters and brothers, in particular, our future is bleak based on the decisions and the lack of policies that this present administration has failed to implement, if you want to put it that way. Many of our young people don't have access to housing. Many of our young people can't afford to pay for a number of things. Many of our young people, sisters and brothers, deserve betterment. And young people of Lauriston, young people of Carriacou and Pity Matnick, I am pleading with you to make the right decision come June 23rd. For far too long, sisters and brothers, we, the young people, have been on the back burner. We have been on the back burner, and the time has come for us to make the right decision. Many of our young people can't afford to buy land. Many of our young people, based on what we are paid, we can't even survive with it. Because by the time the middle of the month meet, all the money done. Cost of living is something that we must address in this country. And rest assured that the minimum wage will also be addressed. The National Democratic Congress is committed in doing so. Many of our young people are on contracts. Many of our young people, some of those that are employed, are underemployed. And there are many of us here in Carriacou and Pity Matnick that are unemployed. And we will be bringing the benefits to you, the young people of Carriacou and Pity Matnick, the people of Lauriston and surrounding areas. But we are not only committed to the young people, we are also committed in ensuring that our seniors are also taken care of by putting policies in place that will take care of our seniors. Because for far too long, our seniors as well have been neglected by this administration. Our folks with disabilities, you too will be taken care of by creating policies that will take care of you. The people that are facing, they have the impediment, speech impediment, eye impediment, what have you. The National Democratic Congress is committed in ensuring that we take care of you. Sisters and brothers of Lauriston and Carriacou and Pity Matnick, we have seen it. One set of people continue to benefit time and time again. You know about it. Don't pretend as though you don't know. You know. And you've seen it day after day. The time is coming, 14 more days to go to make the decision. And I'm asking you that in 14 more days, go out and send a very strong and clear message that you have had enough of this. And it is time to move forward into prosperity
with the Congress for all of the people of Lauriston, all of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Healthcare is something that is high on our agenda. We must address it. Too much of our people are dying senselessly here in Carriacou and Petit Martinique because we don't have basic medical equipment, medication, and so on. Even yesterday, as I've stated in Petit Martinique, a foreign couple went to the clinic because someone got a cut and there was no bandage to dress the wound. That is the reality here in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, you know. Dental service, you know the state of it. You know the state that if you fall ill tonight, sisters and brothers, if you don't have $10,000 to chatter the osprey, crapo, smoke your pipe. The National Democratic Congress is committed in partnering with the diaspora and our expat community, along with St. George's University, to bring better quality healthcare services for all of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. They can talk about all the things that they want to do. You know, I hear them talking. And they're talking as though they're the ones that are in opposition. When we get there, we go do that. We go do this. You have been there for 25 years, for heaven's sake. And you haven't done it. You believe that when we give, if and when you go do it. Sisters and brothers, do not be fooled by the mama guy and tomfoolery. Carriacou people, do not be tomfooled by these people. We are wise people. We are better than this. So when they give you the black tank, take it. When they give you the 100 US in the t-shirt, take it. When they give you the land without the deed, take it. Whatever they give you, take it. And on the 23rd, vote them out. Too many of our seniors can't afford to pay for their medication. Too much of our seniors can't afford the medication. Too much of our seniors can't even afford to survive on the seed money that they give them every month. Too much of our seniors are suffering, sisters and brothers. And we as young people, if policies are not put in place to uplift us and to take us forward, very soon we will be in the same position. Because the reality is many of our young people are, as I've said, unemployed or underemployed. And if you're not contributing towards a pension, then you know what will happen. So the decision is clear for all to see and for all to make. I want you, sisters and brothers, to understand the seriousness of this election. Understand the seriousness of this election. Look on the other side. Look who is pushing the campaign on the other side. The one set of people pushing the campaign because they know what they have benefited. And if, for heaven's sake, they go back there, you know what will be happening to you, the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. You know what will be happening to you, the contractors of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Not a thing for you. And to the police officers, your pension is coming under Dickon, Mitchell and the Congress. Your salary scale will be increased and will be addressed. You know, I saw a video today. I mean, this is complete and total embarrassment. The police station in Petit Martinique, big police officers have to be climbing the roof and have to put tarpaulin on top of it because the place leaking. I mean, this is a reality in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. And God forbid that a fire break out in Petit-Martinique. No fire truck in Petit-Martinique. That's the reality, sisters and brothers. Hey, Cloud. So, sisters and brothers, the choice is clear. The National Democratic Congress has the master plan to move Carriacou and Petit-Martinique forward. To move Grenada forward. And if we make the mistake and put them back there, put the NNP back there, you know what will happen to this great beloved country of ours. The NDC is committed in ensuring that there is a technical school in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. Not everybody is interested in the academics. Some people are interested in the technical and soft skills. And therefore we are committed in ensuring that there is a technical school here in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. We are committed in creating more jobs and more opportunities for our people. We are also committed in working along with our DJs and our artists and our studio personnel and so on, so that they can produce better quality songs. Because as you know, the music industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And if our artists in Carriacou can produce better songs and good songs, they will be able to benefit from that multi-billion-dollar industry. That is what we want. We must enhance our culture and our traditions here in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. So it must be taught at the school level, at the primary and secondary school level. And going back to music, there should be no child that should leave primary and secondary school that shouldn't be able to play an instrument. The National Democratic Congress is committed in ensuring that that happens. Whether it's the piano, or the cuatro, or the flute, whatever it is, our children must be able to learn an instrument when they leave school, so that we can continue the tradition and we can move stronger into the future. I recall the days, well, I shouldn't say I recall the days. I was told that back then, almost every village had a steel band group. Leicester had one. My uncle Tyrrell in Abbeville was responsible for one. Hillsborough had one. And today, steel band dead in Carriacou. Under the NDC, we tried to review it, revitalize it through local government and Grenada. This government took over, and of course, that program was squashed. But we need to ensure that our culture, our music, our rich tradition and heritage are enhanced, are protected. And the only political party that will be able to enhance, protect, preserve our culture heritage is the National Democratic Congress. And the record is clear. You look at what they have done to culture. You look at what they have done for our heritage over the last 20-something years. And you tell me, are you satisfied? Our groups are dying. Most of our young people ain't even know how to dance big drum no more. Or name it, they ain't know what to do no more. We are committed in ensuring that we revitalize our culture and our traditions here in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. And right over there in the back of us, we have the Lauriston Airport. Very soon, and I'm saying very soon because we will be the government come the 23rd. Carriacou and the rest, make no bones about it. There's no doubt in my mind about it, sisters and brothers, that change is here. Change has arrived. Carriacou and Petit-Martinique, our airport will have the necessary lights to accommodate night landing. This is our commitment, sisters and brothers, so that planes can land night or day on our island. So, sisters and brothers, I can go on and on and on about what we intend to do and how we intend to do it. But I want to tell you again that this is a crucial election. Tevin Andrews has been with you, knocking on your doors, pleading with you. I have never left you. Even in the pandemic, I was with you, walking with you, assisting you. Even though I was not your member of parliament, whether it was a crisis or not a crisis, I was there with you and assisting the best as I can. Remember, I ain't getting no allowance to do what I did. It is genuine love within my heart that caused me to do what I'm doing. And if I can stand with you during this time when I'm not your member of parliament, just imagine what I will be able to do if you give me the opportunity to be your next member of parliament. So I am asking you, Lauriston, I am pleading with you, Lauriston, I am pleading with you, Carriacou and Petit Martinique, on election day, go out and make that X besides the heart for the National Democratic Congress and Team Tevin Andrews. We have to put an end to the disrespect, put an end to the separation and the divisive politics. We are one people. We are one Carriacou and Petit Martinique people. Kakabawi for Kakabawi. And this is who we are. We should not be divided. Politics should never divide us. The other side believe that the only people that should survive is green. I believe that all of the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique must survive. Whether you're green, yellow, black or white, we all must survive. We all must eat a food. Because there is enough food for everybody to eat. So this member of parliament is a member of parliament and will be a member of parliament that will serve each and every single one of us. So I ask you to give me your support, sisters and brothers. I will not let you down. I will not let you down, sisters and brothers. I will not let you down. So give me the opportunity to serve you. I don't view politics as a transaction like some of them. They get opportunity, they bring in car after car after car after vehicle after vehicle. I am asking you, let us continue to build this relationship, because I view politics as a relationship. I view politics as service. Some of them talking about looking for jobs. We are not looking for jobs, sisters and brothers. We are looking to serve you, the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, Grenada by extension. While they view politics as a job, we view politics as serving the interests of all the people of Carriacou, Petit Martinique and Grenada. This is about service. This is about service. And because it has been about service, that is why I was with you even after the day after the general elections of 2018. I stood with you. Because it has always been about service. When any issues arise within the last 5 years, who you used to hear addressing them? Who you used to see with the placard walking the streets of Hillsborough? Who was agitating and advocating for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique? So I'm asking you, give me the opportunity to sit in the House of Parliament so I can fight with every ounce of energy to represent you, the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And I know, sisters and brothers, that our brother Dickon Mitchell will ensure that Carriacou and Petit Martinique gets its share. Because Dickon is committed to serve all 15 constituencies. And he has an extra love for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. I know if it's the Kuku and Kalalu eat, but he just loves us. And therefore, he will do whatever it takes, and together, working together, we will do what it takes. And I know that the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique love Dickon too. All you love him? Yeah! So when you vote for me to ensure that I become the member of parliament, you are automatically voting for Dickon Mitchell to become prime minister of this country. So don't bother with them with their old talk. They go say all kind of manner of things about Tevin and Jews. I say to you, sisters and brothers, comrades all, stay the course. Remain focused. Don't even answer them. Remain focused. Let us be positive. Let us do whatever we have to do to convince, as Mr. Steele said, convince our neighbors, our friends, our nenen, our parents, our sisters, our brothers, our girlfriend, our boyfriends. Let us encourage them to support the Congress. Our team is about positivity. We ain't believing throwing no word for nobody. We ain't calling up nobody name on the platform. We go deal with them by going out in our numbers on the 23rd and teaching them a lesson. We go teach them a lesson for calling up Leo name. We go teach them a lesson for calling up Miss Roberts' name. We go teach them a lesson for the dotishness that they're doing. And we go teach them a lesson and show them how Carriacou and Pity Matnick can move forward into prosperity. So I ask you to join me, comrades, sisters and brothers, on this journey to ensure that I become your next member of parliament. Walk with me. We are on the home stretch. We are almost there. Ensure that you go out early on June 23rd. 14 more days to go. Boots on the ground, boots on the ground, boots on the ground. Let us do it. Let us bring it home. Forward, forward, forward with the NDC.
Yo, Tevin, tell them say you come out to win. Them feel up. Yo, Tevin.
I tell you,
When Tevin touch you,
they haven't taken off my hat.
anytime Tevin touch you,
Mr. Adrian, thank you. So they haven't taken off my hat, and they're going to make me get cold. They're going to make me get cold. But me ain't getting no cold. Because the amount of blessings that pouring down on this team here, we can't catch no cold. And let me tell you, 15 days we have, 14 days. 15 days we have, 14 days? 14 days we have. All they better make them days count. Boots on the ground. Say it again, say it again. Boots on the ground. And let me tell all you something is all a responsibility. I was telling you all earlier and I'm telling you again. June 23rd, when you wake up in the morning, wake up a little about 4:30. Say your prayers. Cover the nation. Cover the candidates. Cover your family. Then call your neighbor. And say, neighbors, we going on. We going on. And when we reach in the booth, brothers and sisters, we put in our mark by the. Say it again, we put in our mark by the. And when you do that, brothers and sisters, you would have contributed to the turnaround in the fortunes of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pity Matnick. Put your hands together for yourself. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to come close to you. I want to come close to you. Because brothers and sisters, I like to hear all you know. Because brothers and sisters are telling all you something. This time is we time to change Grenada, Carriacou, and Pity Matnick. Brothers and sisters, we at a crossroads. We at a crossroad. And that crossroad could either carry you sideways, either left or right. It could carry you back. Or with the NDC, it could carry you forward. And it's only a one direction we're going in. We want to go forward, brothers and sisters. And when we do that, we carry the whole nation with us. We carry with children future with us, brothers and sisters. We give ourselves a chance, brothers and sisters. I said to the political leader this evening, my daughter is a very outspoken person. If she is outspoken like that, given how this government operates, and she can't live here, because she gonna rub somebody the wrong way and then they're gonna want to do us something, and I go end up where I'm not supposed to be. Brothers and sisters, we supposed to be able to speak to power with authority. If you're doing wrong, we're supposed to tell you you're doing wrong and you have to fix your ways. You can't threaten the job. They can't threaten the job, and that's why we don't want this contract thing, because they're abusing it, brothers and sisters. You have nurses on contract for years, nurses, and we don't have enough. You have teachers on contract for years, and we don't have enough. And Grenadians, we taking that? We're not taking that again. We're not taking that again. We're standing up this time. We're drawing a line in the sand and we say we're not going further with you, NNP. You gotta go. You got to go. Do that for your children. Do that for you. Do that for your grandchildren. Grenada is not a place for them kind of thing. I can't recognize us. You gonna tell me I can't say nothing in my own country? Are you crazy? We're not going down so. All right, I'll come back here. Tonight is not for me. Tonight is for them other people. But let's get me vexed. Let us get me vexed. Only doesn't get vexed. Sometimes I just can't sleep in the night, you know. When I'm thinking about where my people are, you know. Imagine you can't talk in your own place, why? These fellas so arrogant. I'm going to give you only 1 minute again. These fellas so arrogant. What we doing here is we come to the nation and we say we are applying for the work to manage the affairs of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pidi-Martinique. The people who we give the work, they ain't coming to us, you know. They don't feel they need to come and speak to us again, you know. When we call them and we say, here now, account for the 5 years that I put you in office, they don't want to talk to you. They want to ride roughshod over you. As a matter of fact, all you own the business, you know. You put them in charge, and then you are the owners. Them in charge, and they want to talk them to you. Hear them now, hear them now. If all they behave, all they will get ice cream and cake. Who the hell they talking to? We is like a chair with them. Play the tune. No, no, no. We're not taking that. Thank you, Mr. DJ. So watch. Know that I get vexed, eh? And let me just calm down my little pressure there. Because show all your vex too. All in vex. Watch, even if it's a vex vote we had to do on June 23rd, even if you had to get vexed and go and vote them out, just vote them out. Vote them out. Get vexed and vote them out, man. Alright. So now a vex and a hurt. I bring in that man now, eh? I bring in that man to talk to all, yeah? And if all they do this thing right, brothers and sisters, that man going to become the Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pidi-Martinique. Let's hear it for. Let's hear it for. I said let's hear it for. Brother Dickon Mitchell.
A big fuel. So I carried out that service. And this is what the people say. I travel from Maran right up to Lauriston. Is one conclusion. Dickon is the man. I travel from Union right down to Marion. They sing in one song. Dickon is the man. The man with the clear vision. Dickon. The man with the master plan. Dickon. The man with the solution. Dickon is the man. The man with the clear vision, Dickon. The man with the master plan, Dickon. The man with the solution, Dickon is the man. This is big competition. for the upcoming election. Experience versus young blood. The people's voices must be heard. Hey, 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 hey. I travel from Top Hill right up to Leopold Hill. Is one conclusion. Dickon is the man.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Thank you. Good night, Lauriston. Good night to the beautiful, beautiful, energetic, pumped up residents of Lauriston. Let me tell you this. I have not had this reception anywhere I've gone before. So you are truly, truly special. Yeah! So Tevin, if you had any doubt why I love Carriacou and Petit Martinique, I hope the reasons are clear. And just so you know, I like the curry crab and dumpling. And I like the curry goat and rice and peas. Let me recognize the distinguished head table. Educator Mr. Steele, you demonstrate why our educators, our teachers, our teaching assistants, the chefs and cooks in our school deserve the respect, the admiration, and their pensions after they have taken care of our nation and after they've built men and women who serve Grenada, after they have created the Tevin Andrews, the Leo Josephs, the Dickon Mitchell. We cannot disrespect, dishonor, and not pay homage to educators. So your presentation tonight, if Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique needed reminding of the value of our educators, you have clearly demonstrated why even after retirement, we need to honor and pay homage to you. And so I want to ask you to join me in giving a round of applause to Mr. Steele. Leo, life is full of coincidences. Leo came to see me not so long ago. I was still a lawyer then. And a good friend of mine recommended him to me. But I think we had met perhaps 15 or 16 years before. And so when he walked in, he then recognized that he'd met me before. And we spoke about law. Only law. And the legal services he required. But I'm sure he never dreamt that in 2 or 3 months later, we would be appearing on a political platform together. And that we'd be championing the cause of Petit Martinique and Carriacou and the cause of Grenadians in Grenada and in the diaspora for a better society, for an improved society, for a society that recognizes hard work, merit, and a society that wants us to move forward together and united. So his call to those who have not yet found their way, to those who are still lost, to those who are still being tricked, to those who still fall for the tomfoolery, his call for them to come and feel the pulse of the beating heart, to join the change movement, to be part of the change movement is a call that we also need to spread to our brothers and sisters who are undecided, who are still in doubt, who are disgruntled by the treatment that they have received from the incumbent. So we call upon all of them to become part of the change movement and move Grenada forward. So Brother Leo Joseph's call for unity, for inclusiveness, for ensuring that we will take the high road and welcome them home, forgive them and embrace them, so that we can all move Petit Martinique and Carriacou forward is a call that we all need to champion and echo. If there was any doubt that Petit Martinique and Carriacou has the best representation in Tevin Andrews, whether he is in Parliament or out of Parliament. His presentation here tonight demonstrated overwhelmingly that he is already the Member of Parliament for P.T. Martinique and Carriacou. And that he's been doing the job of the MP, even if he was not given the work the last time. He has continued to work, he has continued to advocate, he has continued to fight for the people of P.T. Martinique and Carriacou for the last 5 years. So there is no doubt that you know who deserves the job, that you know who wants the job, that you know who wants to represent the people of P.T. Martinique and Carriacou. And so, Tevin, should there be any doubt, should there be anyone who's still lingering, uncertain, who's on the fence, I'm begging in a decent and respectful manner. I am begging you, I'm asking you, I'm beseeching you, after they have taken care of our nation to do, and after yourself, I'm begging you, and all of us in P.T. Martinique and Carriacou, a favor by electing a humble, our nation to do, and after hardworking, I'm begging you, and all of us patriotic and Carriacou, an ambitious son of the soil, by electing Mr. Tevin Andrews to be the next Member of Parliament for P.T. Martinique and Carriacou. Ambitious son of the soil, by electing Mr. Tevin Andrews to be the next Member of Parliament for P.T. Martinique, that maybe even Tevin does next. And some people may get upset with me for saying it. Tevin Andrews to be the next Member of Parliament. The difference between this Mitchell and the other Mitchell is that I could tell you even now, we already have a succession plan, so that when I leave the other Mitchell, there is no doubt that there are people within the National Democratic Congress, like Mr. Tevin Andrews, who could take over and become the next Prime Minister of P.T. Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada. Within the National Democratic Congress, like Mr. Tevin Andrews, who could take over and become the next Prime Minister. So I can guarantee you, P.T. Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada to wait 38 years. We had to wait 25 years. Take over and become the next Prime Minister. So I can guarantee, and we ain't going to be begging for one more chance. We had to wait 38 years. We ain't going to be begging for a white jack for the road. We ain't going to be begging for a black jack for the road. We ain't going to be begging for a clerk's coat for the road. We already have our succession plan in place. Because the plan is to serve, to encourage the next generation of Grenadians to serve, so that when we move on, we can guarantee you that we would have mentored, trained, and encouraged another generation of Grenadians to take Grenada to the next level. And that is what the National Democratic Congress is about. It is about vision. It is about dreaming. And it is about accomplishment. And so I want to talk to you about a grandson of Carriacou. His name is David Patterson. I don't know how many of you would have heard this name. Leo, you want to tell them who he is? Let Leo tell you who David Patterson is, and then we'll come back to it.
David Patterson, the ex-governor of the state of New York. His grandparents hail from Belvedere. Okay? All right.
So let me repeat. David Patterson is a grandson of Carriacou. He became the governor of the great state and city of New York. But there is something even more remarkable about David Patterson. David Patterson was blind. and he still rose to become the governor of New York. And his roots come out in Carriacou, in Belvedere in Carriacou. So when we tell our children to dream, when we tell our children to aspire, when we tell our children not to let a physical island or the ocean or the sea confine our dreams, Carriacou has a history of demonstrating that it does not matter the size of the house you come from. It does not matter whether your house was made of ply or concrete. It does not matter whether you walked without shoes to go to school. It does not matter whether you had running water inside of your house. What matter are your values. What matter are your values. And it is your values that will determine your character. It is your values that will determine where you end up in life. It is not where you're coming from. It is where we are going. And the people of Petit Martinique and Carriacou are going forward. But do you think they know about David Patterson? Do you think they care that you've produced a David Patterson? Precisely. They are telling you you are not good enough. But who are they? Where did they come from? I know where Tevin has been for the last 5 years. We know where Tevin has been for the last 5 years. He has been walking the length and breadth of Petit Martinique and Carriacou advocating on your behalf. So we can answer the question. We can answer the question. They are the ones who need to answer the question. So we want them. We want them to understand and to appreciate that when we talk about transforming Petit Martinique and Carriacou, that we are talking about the people of Petit Martinique and Carriacou. We are talking about giving hope. We are talking about realizing the dreams of our young people. We are talking about encouraging them to think big, to dream big, to aspire, and to achieve. The history of Petit Martinique and Carriacou is that many people migrate. But they never abandon Petit Martinique and Carriacou. They migrate because they want to achieve. They want to better themselves. They want to improve themselves. And they want to come back and give back and help build their communities. And it is the job of the people who've applied for the work of governing Petit Martinique and Carriacou to facilitate that process, to encourage that process, to welcome home our hard-working patriots who often leave and take on difficult jobs, sometimes endure racism, classism, the terrible winters, sexism, but they continue fighting. They continue working. And Petit Martinique and Carriacou never leaves their heart. And they want to come back. They want to give back. But are they encouraged to do so? Do we have a healthcare system that will welcome them home? Do we have a healthcare system that will take care of them if they came back home? Do we have transportation that could take them to and from Grenada? Do we have transportation that could take you from Petit Martinique to Carriacou? So the reality is, if we go through such trials and tribulations and we are successful in countries that are far more competitive, that are far larger, that sometimes the living conditions are far more difficult, Why would you not tell the young people of Petit Martinique and Carriacou that they can achieve more, that they can be more, that they deserve more, and that our job is to help you achieve those things? And so when we talk about transforming Grenada, we are first talking about transforming our mindset. We have to go back to believing in ourselves. We have to go back to restoring the confidence of our people. We have to go back to speaking freely and clearly and loudly. And when things are wrong, say it is wrong. We have to go back to a system where all politicians are accountable to us. And it is not just about them. We in the National Democratic Congress have openly pledged that come the 24th of June, it will not be business as usual. And I asked Tevin tonight, so Tevin, I'm going to put you on the spot. I said to Tevin, in my meetings, it can't be a meeting if I alone talking. That's a lecture. In my meetings, I want to hear from you. I want to answer your questions. I want your advice. I want your counsel. I want your recommendations. I want you to tell me what matters to you in your constituency. And that is the kind of change that we insist on, that the National Democratic Congress will implement, and that we will ensure that Tevin, myself, and the others remain accountable to you. So as I've said, whether it's once a month or once a quarter, when you elect Tevin Andrews as your next MP, he has to come back to you and report on his stewardship and subject himself to your questions, your comments, and your advice. And I can assure you that he would be happy to do so, because his record will be able to speak for itself. He wouldn't have to be begging for one more for the road, because he would be able to point to the roads that he's built. You wouldn't have to be begging for one more for the road, because you'd be able to show the playgrounds, the community centers, and the recreation centers that he's delivered on behalf of the people of Petit Martinique and Carriacou. You wouldn't have to be asking for one for the road, because you would have been able to demonstrate that we invested in renewable energy and that we made Petit Martinique and Carriacou a hub for solar energy so that we can help reduce the cost of electricity to the people of Petit Martinique and Carriacou. He would be able to demonstrate to you that the same way we can subsidize American Airlines to fly into Grenada is the same way the people of Petit Martinique and Carriacou deserve regular transportation. If it means the government has to subsidize the sea or air transportation between Petit Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada, that it should be done. So, the power is in your hands. The power to begin the process of changing Grenada is in your hands. Nobody is invincible. Nobody is infallible. Nobody reigns forever. Time is longer than rope. 99 days for the thief, and 1 day for the watchman. And so come the 23rd of June, make sure that we are all watchmen and watchwomen. Hello, princess. How are you? You good? What's your name?
Keziah.
Hello, Keziah. You coming to support me? Thank you very much, Keziah. So, lest there be any doubt as to why we are doing this, this is the clear evidence of who we are fighting for and why we are fighting, and why no one will intimidate us, bully us, threaten us, because Carriacou, Petit Martinique, and Grenada belongs to Keziah. So you see, We have a star in the making. Probably the next governor of New York. Thank you. You have 4 years? All right. Are you going to school? Which school are you going to?
Leicester.
Leicester. I want our teenagers. I want our Imani workers. I want our contract workers to show the confidence and the bravery of Keziah. If at 4 years old she can come up on this stage and tell you her name, her age, and the school she's going to, you shouldn't be a teenager or a contract worker that someone who's lived their lives over and over and over again should be threatening you by telling you if you don't vote for them, you will lose your job. Keziah isn't afraid of them. She isn't threatened by them. She isn't intimidated by them. And neither should you. Because your parents sent you to school. They sent you to school, not them. So that you could walk freely and speak freely and work without being intimidated and work without living in fear. And so on the 23rd of June, you need to break the shackles of the fear and the intimidation and the bullying and make sure that you also become part of the change process and liberate yourselves, liberate your friends, liberate your co-workers, and ensure that you vote for the National Democratic Congress and move Grenada forward. So that's the excitement. That's the wind of change. That is the wind of change that is blowing throughout Pitimatnik, Carriacou, and Grenada. Yeah! I told you we have a star in the making. So, because I have to pose. Keziah has stolen the show. I think I might have to give Keziah the mic, you know. So, I also want to say this. And I'm happy that you're having fun. Because we also need to make building our nation fun. We need to make our politics fun again. We need to make sure that our people want to take part in our communities, want to take part in nation building. But in order to do so, we must make it fun. We must make it inclusive. We must make it gratifying. And to do so, we need to ensure that state resources are allocated equally, that state resources are distributed based on merit, based on need, and not based on party affiliation. Because we cannot encourage the disunity, the tribalism, neighbor against neighbor, village against village, co-worker against co-worker. That is not who we are. That is not who we are. Who we are a people that work together, that aspire together, that build together, and that will achieve together. And I can assure you that under my leadership and the leadership of the National Democratic Congress, the days of tribal and partial distribution of our taxpayers' dollars are going to be over. We have to recognize that Grenada doesn't belong to some people. We didn't just come here. We didn't travel to get here. We were born here. Our ancestors fought to give us the right to vote. And to the women in the audience in particular, you got the right to vote after men, after having to fight and struggle for it. And therefore it is important for us to teach our children and for us to exercise that power. For us to demonstrate that the right to vote cannot be bought. That the right to vote is not worth $50 or $100 or a t-shirt or plywood or a toilet or the promise of a job. The right to vote is sacred. The right to vote must be protected. Because by protecting the right to vote, we are protecting the freedom of Keziah. We are protecting her right to choose. We are protecting and guaranteeing that she too can dream and aspire. And she's already dreaming and aspiring by coming up on this stage. So I want to assure all of you that the National Democratic Congress will not accept any intimidation of our voters or the citizens of Grenada by people who threaten them about their right to vote. And so let me warn all of those who are threatening people that they will lose their job if they vote for the National Democratic Congress. Let me assure you that that threat is an empty threat. Because I am not going anywhere. They cannot threaten me. I am not afraid of them. Tevin Andrews is not afraid of them. The National Democratic Congress is not afraid of them. And come the 24th of November 2022, when I put on the suit, I will be fighting for your rights. I will be fighting to improve your life and to end the stranglehold that the incumbent has had on the people of Piti Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada. So as Brother Leo Joseph said, I want all of you to take out the dandan. Make sure it's pressed and iron. But before we do so, make sure that on the 23rd of June 2022, you go out and you put the X next to the hat, next to Tevin Andrews, to make sure that he becomes the MP for Piti Martinique, Carriacou, and Grenada. And that he too can put on his suit. So thank you very much. You've been a wonderful audience. And as I said, I'm happy to take a couple questions or comments or advice that you may have. Thank you.
This is Mitchell versus Mitchell. And it will be a big duel. So I can read out the survey. And this is what the people say. I travel from Maran right up to Lauriston. Is one conclusion. Dickon is the man.
Yeah.
I travel from Union right down to Marian. They sing in one song. Dickon is the man. The man with the clear vision. Dickon. The man with the master plan. Dickon. The man with the solution. Dickon. Dickon is the man. The man with the clear vision. Dickon. The man with the master plan. Dickon. The man with the solution. Dickon. Dickon is the man.
Thank you, Mr. DJ. So, the floor is open, you know. If there is anybody with a comment or a question, the floor is open. We come on the road. You see, we just meeting you inside, you know. We meeting you outside too. You have an opportunity to interact with the leader. Yeah! When last all the leader come outside to meet all you, so? Eh? When all the leaders come outside, you have about 40 police hiding in the bush. You can't see them, they're in camouflage. What they in? They're in camouflage. You can't see them. But if you move, you're going to find out. Brothers and sisters, watch. I had a mic in my hand, but somebody come and take it now. I surely have a question to ask Tevin or Dickon. Yeah, I see a gentleman have your hand up. I like that shirt, boy. Proper thing, proper thing. Yeah, you're flowery.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jacob Korean, but by people of Carriacou who knows me, and I was born in Carriacou. I've been away for quite a long time, and when people get ill in Carriacou, they got to use a boat to go to Grenada to the hospital. And by the time they spend 4 hours or 2 hours, when they get to the hospital, they die. And my question to the Premier to be, which I hope, would there be a direct plane, emergency plane, to take the sick people to the hospital in Grenada instead of traveling by the boat?
Thank you. Thank you very much for the question. Let me start first by saying we need to improve the health services in Carriacou first, so that it is only in exceptional cases the people of Carriacou need to move outside of Carriacou to Grenada. That's the starting point, and that is what we need to work on first. And I think if we do that, because remember, Carriacou is the largest of the Grenadine Islands. We need to make Carriacou the Mecca and the hub of the Grenadine Islands. If we improve the healthcare services sufficiently in Carriacou, I can guarantee you that folks from the other islands will be happy to come to Carriacou to receive healthcare and health services here. So the aim is first to raise the level of the health services in Carriacou to a level where it is only in rare cases people need to travel outside of Carriacou to get healthcare. I discussed in PT Martinique last night the fact that we are prepared to explore using helicopters and building a helipad to assist with transporting the sick or the ill in emergency cases from Carriacou and PT Martinique to Grenada. But I went further to say that a helicopter has multiple uses. We could use it for tourism. We could use it for search and rescue if our fishermen need help at sea. We can use it for disaster management if there are hurricanes or other things where you need to evacuate people quickly. So we are satisfied that not just improving the healthcare in Carriacou, but investing in something like a helipad with helicopters is also one way of ensuring that there's quick and efficient transportation services should the need arise to transport someone from Carriacou to Grenada. Okay.
1 minute. My sum up is this. I want you to promise me, right, if you become the Prime Minister of Grenada. Hang on. Yeah, I understand. Hang on a minute. I mean, you're talking to an educator, right? So I know what I'm saying. I'm saying is that, will you promise me that that will happen if you become the next Prime Minister of Carriacou, going up in the Martinique? Oh. Yeah? All right. Yeah, hold on, people. Hold on a minute. And his question going to be,
Thank you. So the answer is certainly. Let me say this. I didn't leave my private life to get into public life to mamagai people. So if we are not serious about the things that we are speaking about, you will find that out very quickly. And as I've said, you will be able, there's no place in Grenada that can hide. Unlike The other one, I don't need 40 men running around behind me. So the same way you see me walking the street is the same way I remain accessible. Thank you.
So all you hear that? All you hear that, eh? We wouldn't have 40 in camouflage, but we're going to have 2 in camouflage. I promise you that. But brothers and sisters, because watch me. You see, this gentleman going to be so successful as a Prime Minister of Grenada if you all give him the chance. Watch. Next 5 years, no big set of campaigning, you know. Because the place nice. And what he is promising is that all of us will be involved in the process. Grenada is going to come back to Grenadians. Caracuans and Pretty Batnik. That's what we're talking about. So we ain't here to mama guy nobody. We don't have time for that. You understand? Who is the next person? Sorry. I'm right under your nose. If you could stand right here so we could see you.
Yeah, okay. Now, Tevin, I won't want to put you on the spot, but to tell you something, you talk about aircraft landing, night landing, and all that. You can fix that. Now, today, I had the opportunity to ring SVG in Grenada because I've got a cousin who's supposed to be coming to Carriacou. SVG has cancelled the flights. So I rang the airport to find out why. And she said she only could do what SVG has advised her to do. And what they said to her is, there'll be no flights from the 15th of June to the 30th of June. There'll be no flights, no plane from Grenada to Carriacou from the 15th to the 30th. So you can have how much night landing you want, but if there is no planes, there is no do. So I want you to tell me, how are you going to solve that situation?
I'm going to answer the question this way. I'm sure you're aware that Grenada actually once had its own airplanes. So I don't know if I need to say anything else. You see, part of what has happened in Grenada is that we've been taught and told that we deserve less, that we should go backward, that we should not aspire. So things we did 40 years ago, like aspire to have our own airlines, to solve our own transportation issues, we've just walked away from it. And we act as if we have to be at the mercy of other people all the time. So the reality is, if you live in a chain of small islands, transportation is one of the key sectors to grow the economy. If people cannot move, there will be no trade. If you do not have transportation, if you do not have the infrastructure for transportation, there will be no trade. There will be no growth. There will be no improvement. So the job of the government is to provide the infrastructure and provide the supporting services that will allow people to move, that will allow people to trade, that will allow people to have businesses, that will make them go forward. I don't know if it's coincidental that it's the last 2 weeks in June that there will be no planes between Carriacou and Petit Martinique. But I will say this. Those are the things that we intend to tackle head on. And that's why I made the point. If we could subsidize American Airlines, why can't we subsidize travel between Carriacou and Petit Martinique? Thank you.
So, if there is one more, we'll take one more because while you live close by, we have a boat to catch tonight. So, we'll take one more. Oh, all right. Very good.
Yes, good night. It's widely rumored And I think by the other side, that if the NDC is victorious and they form the next government, that, no. What has been said is that if the NDC forms the next government, a lot of young people will lose their job. They'll discontinue the Imani program and they will cut a lot of the so-called stipends they have around now. I just would like to hear from the leader, what will be NDC's position vis-a-vis the Imani workers and all those other small employees that has been hired by the government?
Thank you for the question, Leo. Let me start off first by saying this. I'm not a stupid politician. If you're going to wake up, people have voted you into power, and the next day you're firing people, they will vote you out. It's as simple as that. So for all of the workers, the Imanis, the contract workers, those persons who are receiving the seed money, I want better for you. I want more for you. And therefore, when I said, for example, with the contract workers, that we will regularize your status, it is not about money. It is about the fact that you are doing a job that we know is a job that is required all the time. You don't require a nurse part-time. You don't require a teacher part-time. So why would you have our teachers and nurses working on contract for 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 years? It is because you want to be able to control them. You want to intimidate them. And we are saying we will end that by ensuring that all of the vacant positions within the public service are regularized and filled. We want our workers to be able to go to the bank with their job letter to get a loan. We want our workers to be able to get their pensions when they retire. If you are working on contract, you will not get a pension. And these things are schemes designed to prevent you from getting the pensions. To the Imani workers, it is the same thing. I know for a lot of the Imani workers, the government is not even paying NIS on your behalf. Why would they do that? So that you can't get sick leave benefits. So that you can't get the small pension from NIS when the time comes. So that you can't get disability benefits. Why? Because they want to intimidate, bully, and control you. I am saying we will end that. You are a worker. You can't be a trainee for 9 years. Why do they still call you an Imani when you're a bartender or a cosmetologist? Because they want to pay you less than the minimum wage. So that you can't complain because they will say you're not a worker, you are a trainee. I am saying we will end this. I am saying we will go further. We will pay people every 2 weeks to ensure that people can better manage their cash flow. I am saying we will review the minimum wage to make sure that it is increased across all sectors so that Grenadians' wages can improve. So we are here about improving the lives of our workers. We are not here to fire anybody. We are not here to make anybody worse off. We are here to move Grenada and to move the workers of Grenada forward. So thank you very much, Mr. Joseph, for the question.
So brothers and sisters, I want to say thank you very much for coming out and being a part of this meeting this evening. Give all yourselves a round of applause, man, all you here. And the real reason why all are giving all yourselves a round of applause is because you all know what you all going and do on June 23rd. You're going to be part of the change, brothers and sisters. So we drawing a line in the sand. We're telling the incumbent, they got to go. They has to go. I like you. They has to go. You understand? So watch. Blessings on everybody. We want you all to get home safely tonight. We ain't going to lose nobody because every vote will count. And soon, watch me. And we calling on all you. Next week, Friday, it gonna be nice and big here in Caracou. All are we coming over? Yeah! We coming and put down with all you. Oh yes! It's going to be epic. brothers and sisters. So wash all your clothes properly and thing. Iron it up and thing. We just bring up a set of jerseys. I know some of all you want them large ones because all it gonna be a fashion show. You're telling me about all you. Hey! When the ladies come out to play, we want to know what's going on in Caracou. Yes! So watch me. We have a date next week, Friday. But in the meantime, get on the lives and so on because we're going to be doing another live on Wednesday. Well, I can't remember where the Wednesday one is yet. But it don't matter because it's going to be somewhere in Grenada and you're going to be joining virtually. So all you will look on and think so because you know when we do a live, it's thousands. Yes, we're reaching a lot of people. And so we want you all to join the movement for change. Having said so, we want to thank everybody, including the bar lady over there, the bar next door, and so on, for giving us the electricity. And we want to thank the fellas for bringing it live and all of that. And we're looking forward to seeing all you next week, Friday! Night, night! God bless you! Get home safe!
I assure you, Grenada, get involved in our collective, civic, public, national life so that we can all bring change, so that we can move Grenada forward.
Come on, let me hear you. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better. For you and me, with NBC.
Now the time has come. We've been oppressed too long. So join with me in unity to get rid of the enemy. Come on